What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to another episode of On the Bench with Pete, and this is the series where you get to build along or paint along with me, and together we get those unpainted models and miniatures off our shelves and shelves of shame and whatever else, and onto our gaming tables or display boards or whatever, display units, or onto another shelf, who knows. Anyway, today I'm going to be looking at some bits of scenery I found in my cupboard, which I bought primarily for Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm looking at that. Some of the models also that I got for my diorama, I'm just going to be working on them. And yeah, just finishing up bits and pieces. Some militia guys, they're actually Bretonians I think, from Warhammer Fantasy. So I've got those to finish up. They're all for D&D as well. But yeah, let's just get to the bench, shall we, and see what we can see. Okay, well, it's actually very cold here at the moment, freezing cold. I've only just come in and put the heating on, so that will take a little while to warm up, but you know, hey ho. What you can see before you is the latest model I got for my diorama. Remember, I had the problem of do I go with this scale or this scale, because there's a vast difference there really when you compare them side by side. I think, in all honesty, the smaller scale is possibly better. I'm going to be painting these up anyway, just because. And yeah, but I got these here, look, these in-tavern tables, which are quite cool to have in your like bars or whatever. So you got like a couple of people sat there around talking there. You got like an empty table there with stuff on it. Another one there, one here where the table's fallen over. Perhaps he's a bit drunk. He's just lying on the floor. Could be a bar and brawl, couldn't it, or something? You know, who knows? Anyway, point is, I'm going to do some work on these, and then I'm going to be priming them and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not really going to do an awful lot of prep for these. I don't see the point. I don't see the need for it. So what I am going to do trying to find some holders to pop them on. There we go. I guess that will do. Got plenty of blue tack. So we'll stick that on there. That's quite a good holder there. Not bad, not bad. So that's one. People around the table next. So this is two. Actually, this table here, this cloth thing is what he sat on, so it's, I don't know, telling a story there or something. The other one's just got up and left. It's very bizarre actually, looking at the figure. Gonna just a little bit away from that. so it doesn't look quite so odd. He's kind of got like a long moustache and going into a beard. Doesn't look looking too odd. Yeah, he sat on that cloth thing. The table is laid out exactly the same. They've got the same stuff pretty much there. He's a wizard, I would say. And this here is his cloak. That is what I would say. I would suggest. Yeah. Right. So next. Alright, so what are we going to talk about today? Well, this episode, as I film it, I'm actually filming this episode on a Tuesday. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday. She was 18, so since we live in the UK, that makes her legally an adult now. So you know, she can drink and vote and do all that other boring stuff that adults do. Pay bills. Yeah. So that's a thing. Responsibility. Well, this blue towel's not ripping off very well. It's better. Dear oh dear. Right. So I'll put my diorama to one side over there. I've also got this War Machine character. I think it's a War Machine character, or is it a Hordes character? I can't even remember. I think it's a War Machine, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. So first things first, what primer? We're going to go with black. Good old black primer. Just, you know, can't go wrong. Yeah, I should spray them, but as we're doing this video and I'm talking to you, and I'm not in any rush, really, then we'll put them on manually, by hand rather. Right. So that's base brush, large base brush. These are funny, these funny shaped ones from GW. So we'll do that. So yes, it was my daughter's birthday. She's 18 then, and yeah, although she doesn't feel any different really, for us as parents it seems quite odd, because you know, there's now legally there's no kids in the house anymore. It's we're all grown up here now, so that's a bit of a strange one for us to get our heads around. Yeah, 18. Who would have thought? And those of you out there that have kids of your own, the younger kids, I mean, it'll happen to you. They'll grow up and you'll be like, what happened? Where did the time go? You know. I know some of you got grown up kids as well, but yeah, it's quite strange when it happens to you. Well, it is strange for us anyway, at least. So she had our birthday gift to her yesterday, which was a tattoo from a tattoo studio that we kind of like and trust and all that other good stuff, quite near to us as well. And she's absolutely over the moon with it, and it does look good, I have to say. It's quite a good look. Just spotted some detritus on the model, which, to be honest, is a royal pain, because now I've got to go in and try and fix that. Didn't see that. I mean, I wasn't going to do an awful lot of fixing on the model anyway, but you know, sometimes I guess you can't help it. Right, so get back on the stern there, mister. Right. Better keep that knife out, hadn't I? Now I'm all over my hands now, that's really not good. In fact, I'll put a glove on, which was what I should have done originally anyway. Well, what I should always do when I'm painting, because you know, oils from your skin can get on the model and cause problems. So we really don't want that. So what was I saying? Yes, her name is Tattoo. Yeah, it's like a wolf with angel wings and like a moon, a star, or whatever it is, and a sun. It looks really good, and it didn't take too long. About an hour and a half, you know, to do. It's actually her first tattoo, obviously, because she's only just turned 18. But it's quite a big one for a first tattoo. I think it's quite big and quite brave for someone that's never done it before or had it done, to opt for a larger one. Now she's saying it just feels a bit like sunburn on her back now. So, but I've got to be honest. I wasn't sure if she'd stick it out. She's a bit of a wuss, really, when it comes to paint, I thought. But I suppose being on the back, it's not too bad. There are other areas of the body which hurt a lot more, I would say. That's just in my experience. Chest seems to hurt. Right, okay. So that's one down. I'll just touch up this guy whilst I'm here. Right. Next is the table. They've obviously got up and left. I suppose you could do that in a D&D game or something. You could switch out the tables when they've gone, I suppose. Quite why he'd leave his cloak behind, I don't know. Unless he had to go in a hurry, of course. Yeah. Tell you something that happened to me yesterday, which wasn't really very funny. I got a parking ticket yesterday, which was a huge annoyance. Apparently they've changed where I parked. You used to be able to park there, and they've decided to change that and make it like permit parking. I suppose I should have looked at the sign, which seemed the same as it always did do, and you know, had a closer look. But you kind of get used to the fact that, oh yeah, you can park there, and now all of a sudden you can't. And you know, obviously I wouldn't have a leg to stand on, so yeah, I got a parking ticket, which I was hugely annoyed about, because You know, who needs that, right? You know, so annoying. Well, I think I've only ever had one other parking ticket in my life. We did something later on in the day though. Well, afterwards, when my daughter had a tattoo, I dropped them off. See, obviously my wife was with her. I mean, I would have been with her, but don't want to seem like, you know, you got your parents with you all the time and that, you know. So I didn't want to embarrass her or anything. So, but you know, with a mum, it's easier. I don't know, girls together and all that sort of stuff. I just don't want to be the embarrassing dad, you know. But I met them afterwards anyway in a place called Good Bodies, which is a place where you can get like breakfasts and teas, coffees, milkshakes, and it's open like 24 hours it seems. And went in there because she wanted to get her blood sugar levels up after. She was shaking a little bit because it was cold, and I suppose a little bit of shock kicks in, doesn't it? Especially in your first time. So she was wanting to do that. So she had like pancakes and syrup, like a sweet hot chocolate. My wife and I shared some nachos because we were a bit hungry at this point. And there was loads of them as well. Incredible. But later on, after that, we went around some charity shops and just some other shops and that was in the local vicinity. Then they walked on into town, and because I had the car, I picked up my wife's mum, so my mother-in-law. Then I drove into city centre, which is where we were having a meal at this bar called Turtle Bay. It's a new bar. It's only just opened this last couple of weeks. It's actually in our old city centre post office, which is a huge building. And I'll just have a sip of coffee a minute. I'm trying to get 3-4 words out at once then. Yeah, so it's Caribbean bar, and it's really great atmosphere in there. I love it. It's like I say, it's only been open a couple of weeks, and it's already had mixed reviews, and I could see why. For us, at least from my point of my wife and myself, we loved it. Now they play reggae music in there, so it's a nice relaxed chill atmosphere. But you know, obviously if you don't like reggae music, you're gonna hate it, right? And the bar where you get your drinks, that's all just like a round bar, like a 360-degree bar like they would have in the Caribbean. It's really cool. Got fans in there, like ceiling fans and whatnot, even outside, even though it's not hot. Oh, that's annoying. Hold on a sec. It's a really awkward what do you call it? Model holder there. Now I've just seen GW's model holder for painting. Depends how much it is. as to whether or not I will invest. But you know, right now I'm thinking, God damn. Get on there. Yeah, it's a 360-degree bar. It's what you'd have on the beach, and fans are in there, even though it's cold rather than hot, but it's there to look authentic, really. You never know, maybe in the summer, if we get a nice hot summer, that'd be good. Go in there with the fans going, yeah. But reggae music is, I think, the sort of music anybody can dance to. You know, no matter how crap you are at dancing, reggae music you can dance to. So it's just got that kind of slow, lethargic beat. You haven't got to move particularly fast or well, or do an awful lot on a dance floor if you are having a bit of a move to reggae. That's my opinion anyways. And it was really good. Good experience, good atmosphere. I mean, some places, I've been to some Greek places, and I'm kind of getting a bit fed up with that now, and I'm preferring the atmosphere here. Something about it, it's hard to put my finger on. It's just, I don't know. I think it's because it's so relaxed. I feel comfortable. And it's busy as well. I mean, it's absolutely packed out and you have to book. But we enjoyed it so much, we're having our Christmas meal out there in December. So looking forward to that. So I can get some work done on these, and that means I'm getting my bits and pieces tidied up. You know, my odd bits and pieces here and there, which are left over. I mean, I've got my cryogenic tubes to do as well. These are particularly good. These bars, I have to say. Though doing all that, we don't really use an awful lot of models and scenery in our D&D games. When I asked a question on Q&S back along, what's your preferred method of doing it, and that, some people go all out with the computers in the table and all sorts of stuff, to do the maps and that, but we're just like, traditional pen and paper. Well, I suppose there are situations that call for models. Well, you don't have to, but it just adds a little bit to it. Aids the not only does it aid the imagination, does it fuel that, it kind of aids the DM as well a little bit as to position. Like, say, around the table, who's standing or sitting where in proximity to where the fight is breaking out. It's always good to know. There can be no arguments. You can't broker any arguments there, and you say, "Oh no, actually, you said you was that side." I said, "No, I didn't. I'm that side." Whereas if you got your miniatures down there, it's like, "Well, you're there. Look." No arguments, and that's the way of it. on next week's on the bench, I want to be doing some more work on my Death Guard, because I never really got going with that. I know I've got to finish the decals and that on my Ultramarines, but you know, be good to catch up on the Death Guard as well. So you can't do it all right, so no matter how thorough I am here, I mean, there's always going to be places I've missed here, so I'm kind of, you know, accepting of that. Right, so my daughter's gone into college dressed up as a vampire today. Yeah, they have like Halloween theme kind of in the college, and that's what she wanted to do. Made herself some prosthetic fangs, and yeah, so she's gonna look badass today with her tattoo and her fangs and a contact lenses to make her eyes look weird, and she's gone on the bus like that, you know. So goodness only knows what they think as bus drivers and that. Still, I expect they've seen Stranger Things. Stranger Things, actually. That's a good link. Stranger Things. Started watching that last week. It's a great series. Love it. I might get it on DVD. Who knows? But, yeah, if it comes out. But yeah, I've seen a few episodes of that. So, you know, liking that. Like it says, it's very strange. You always get some like broken cop or sheriff in this type of thing, don't you? And that's kind of fun. You kind of expect that. A little cliche in that area, but I think they've captured the 80s feel very well indeed. Very well indeed. So, you know, props to them on that, I think. So they've done a really good job. I'll have some more coffee, I think, before it goes cold. All I've managed to do so far is prime those. I mean, like I say, it takes seconds with an airbrush, but you get to see the model then, don't you? Let's pop him over here a bit. Well, I got these. I started doing his stuff in Ushabti Bone, but I'm going to change. I've changed my mind. I want to do Xandri Dust for the fatigues and that. But of course, I've got to find it. Here, couldn't it? That's Talon Sand. See, Talon Sand is quite, I think it's quite similar actually. Rucksack Talon. So excuse me while I look for this, is no flesh, Eldar flesh, Carrick stone, Tyrant skull. I've got air Xandri dust. See, there's not a lot of difference in the two, but just enough, I think. Oh, there we go. There it is, Xandri dust. Talon sandbag. So that's what I want to paint their fatigues with. Xandri dust. I'll pop that primer back. I'll put this white away. Pack away as you go. So whether I use these or not, I want them to have a certain look, kind of like an Imperial Guard. I might use my wet palette for this. Right. Just popping it on there now. Don't know what that was, this one here, but pigments are separating. That one. Right. So for Xandri dust, we'll use that one, I think. That's a smaller brush. So we'll just pop this on. Yeah, it's slightly more brown than the Shabti bone. It looks a bit more realistic, I think. That's what I'll paint the other one in as well. I will put a wash on as well, obviously, but just for now, I think this looks so much better. Actually, it's going to be armour there, so I'll leave that. Right, that's one. Now for this one. So it's Halloween tonight, or today. Like I was just saying, my daughter's gone in dressed as a vampire. But we're kind of, as a family, we're kind of busy all evening, so It's not that we're going to be doing anything. That we don't usually celebrate Halloween anyway. That's not to say I haven't dressed up in the past. That was because of work. I believe Mythos asked me this question on my P&Q, so at this point in time I've yet to answer it, but I will be answering that obviously. Asking about what I've dressed up as, so just looking around the model, seeing what's gonna be painted. Yeah, kind of colour scheme similar to Imperial Guard. My guard anyway. Yeah. My Cadians. I think that might be olive green. I can't remember now. I have to look it up. But yeah, so there you go. I'm going to keep that on there because I'll be needing it for other models, because these won't be the only ones I get. No matter what scale I go with, they won't be the only ones I paint. Do the Bergman's glow though. Let's have some more coffee. So that's coffee out of the way. Have a breakfast today. My fried egg on toast. Breakfast of champions. I usually say that about whatever I have, unless it's cereal. It's not that I dislike cereal, but for some reason I dislike it in the morning. It's strange, isn't it? I'd rather have it in the evening, to be truthful, to eat it, if I'm going to have something. But yeah, it's not what I would call breakfast. So, Bugman's glow. As I was trying to think of. Need a little bit of Bugman's glow. Pardon me. Gonna need to. Thin it out, but not too much. Do you know what I mean? It's only the face after all. After all. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Well, this guy is going to be my parallax, so he needs to have his skin done. first colour, base colours, is always nice because you don't have to be careful. Alright, so it's just face and hands on this dude. But I'll say he's more like a 20mm, I think. 20, 25. Yeah, 25. I'll say 25, but he's not 28, no way. Doesn't seem it to me. So there he is. Haha. Parallax. Now, what else have I got here? There's all lots of different bits and bobs, isn't it? As I say, I put the buggerman's glow away. Clean out the brush. Need a wash on there, I would say Agarex Earth Shade. Good old Agarex. Nearly out of this one. I'm glad the heating seems to be kicking in now anyway, that's something. Right, so that's done. I got some bangles to do. Put the Agarex Earth away. I've also got some sterling mud to do here, it would seem. And I do that with my little tool, if I can find it. Yes, I can. There it is. Right, okay. Using this sterling mud. I have got another sterling mud, so I'm not overly worried about it. Try and get as much usage out of it as I can, however. Yeah, there's one thing I've got to do with my Death Guard. I did, as far as I remember, I primed them and I put one coat of the Death Well Green or Death Guard Green or whatever it's called. One coat of that on. That's as far as I can remember, that's what I've done. I would have to put another coat of that on at least one more coat before I can progress with them. But that is what I want to do for next time. That got me basing done. 2p pieces are ideal basing for figures on Congo. Which is great because, you know, that's a cheap sturdy base, right? There goes my phone. I think I might get this base done, you know, with this pot of is it sterling mud? Yeah, which is good. I've got some more cannibals to do. Maybe I can add them to my Forest Tribes faction next game of Congo I play. Be nice to take on my friend Ralph with some of my cannibals as well. Played Ralph at the Royal Game of Air last time I was around there. That was quite good fun. You know, if I fail to put a link up, just check it out on his channel, Ralph Astley. Royal Game of Air. Did a bit about it as well. It's not everybody knows about it. There, look at that. Look, I've done the I think that's about it for that pot. Hey. And that's about as far as I'm going to get today on this, I think. Right, so glasses off. I think I'm going to call it here. Just gonna, in fact, yeah, glove off. So I'm ending it here. So thank you once again for joining me on this episode of On the Bench. It's been brilliant. Hope you got loads of stuff done. Let me know what you're working on as always. Pop it in the comments below or whatever. Because I do enjoy reading through those and imagining what you're painting. Sometimes it gives me ideas for things I might want to paint. But anyway. Yeah, so thanks once again. Next week, when you watch On the Bench, I should be in Prague, so you know, watch out for that one. But I'm hoping to be doing Death Guard next week, and yeah, so keep a watch out for that one. Until then, remember, all brushes lead to war, and bye for now, folks. Bye bye.